All right, let's get right into it. If you're planning a trip to Japan and you need to take prescription antibiotics, this is exactly what you need to hear. We're going to break down Japan's sometimes confusing medication laws so you can travel without any stress at all.
I mean, just picture it. You've just landed after a long flight. You are so ready to start your adventure, and boom, you're pulled aside by a customs official who's got questions about the medicine you absolutely need for your health. Yeah, that's a nightmare scenario, right? But believe me, it is totally avoidable if you just know what you're doing.
So, what's the big deal? Well, it's because Japan has some of the toughest rules on the planet for bringing medicine into the country. But these rules aren't just there to make your life difficult, I promise. There's actually a reason for them.
So why are they so strict? It really all boils down to protection. It all stems from Japan's pharmaceutical affairs law. They have a very conservative, safety-first approach. The drugs they approve are different from what you might be used to, and they're really serious about protecting public health from unapproved meds and, of course, from drug trafficking.
Okay, so how in the world do you navigate all this? It really comes down to one simple core idea. If you remember nothing else from this, please remember this: the 1-month supply rule. This is basically the key to the whole puzzle when it comes to bringing your personal medication into Japan.
30 days. That is the magic number. For most common antibiotics, you can bring up to a 1-month supply with you for your own personal use, and you won't need any special permits or anything like that. But here's the important part. What does a 1-month supply actually mean?
And this is where people get confused, so let's clear it up. It is not just 30 pills. The limit is based on your prescribed dosage. So if your doctor says to take 1 tablet a day, you can bring 30 tablets. If the prescription says take it twice a day, you can bring 60 tablets. 3 times a day, you can bring 90. It has to match what your doctor officially prescribed.
So you've checked your prescription, you've counted your pills, and you're within that 30-day limit. Awesome. What's next? Well, now you need to put together your documentation toolkit. And let me tell you, having the right paperwork is absolutely non-negotiable.
Your toolkit has 3 super important things. First, your valid prescription, and make sure your name on it matches your passport. Second, a letter from your doctor that just explains why you need this medication. And third, and this is the big one that trips so many people up, you have to keep your medicine in its original bottle from the pharmacy. Let's talk about why that's so crucial.
Seriously, I can't stress this enough. I know those little daily pill organizers are super convenient for travel, but for Japan, they are a huge no-no. Customs officials need to look at that original pharmacy label. They need to see the name of the drug, your name, the dosage. It's how they verify that what's in the bottle matches your prescription. Don't give them any reason to be suspicious.
But what if you're staying for a couple of months? Or what if your treatment just requires more than a 30-day supply? Well, don't worry, there's a process for that. But, and this is a big but, it requires you to plan way ahead. You're going to need to get familiar with this term, Yunyu Kakunin-sho. It's basically an official medication import certificate. The easiest way to think of it is like a pre-approved permission slip from the Japanese government that says, yep, it's okay for this person to bring in more than the usual amount. And you have to apply for this before you even pack your bags. And please, pay attention to this timeline. This is not something you can do the week before your flight. You need to get your application in, along with all your documents, like the prescription and the doctor's letter, at least 4 weeks before you leave. Then you'll get the approved certificate back, and you have to bring that original document with you to show the customs officer when you land.
Okay, so you've done all the prep work, you've packed everything correctly, you have all your papers, and you finally landed in Japan. Now there's just one last easy step, getting through the customs checkpoint.
The key here is just to be open and honest. Declare all the medication you're carrying on that customs form. Keep your little toolkit with all your documents in your carry-on bag so it's easy to grab. Don't pack it in your checked luggage. Be ready to politely answer a few questions, and if they ask to see your medication, just cooperate. If you're prepared, this part is a breeze.
All right, to wrap things up, let's just do a quick-fire round of the biggest mistakes people make. If you can just avoid these common slip-ups, your trip will get off to a perfect start.
So let's just boil it all down. Do keep your medicine in your carry-on. Don't ever use a pill organizer. A really important one. Do check the ingredients of all your meds against Japan's list of prohibited substances. You'd be shocked. Some common over-the-counter cold medicines are a big no-no there. And probably the simplest rule of all, do declare everything. Just be upfront.
Yeah, at the end of the day, all this pep work really comes down to one thing. This isn't just about following rules. It's about making sure you have the medicine you need when you need it so you can stay healthy and actually enjoy your amazing trip.
Being prepared is how you take control and protect your health.